I'd lived in my peaceful HOA-run neighborhood for 6 years without a hitch until the day the envelope showed up. It looked as official as a court summons, heavy cream stock paper, a red HOA seal in the top left corner, and my full name typed in crisp, clean serif font. Inside was a single-page letter dripping with passive-aggressive bureaucratic flair. This notice is to inform you of a formal noise violation issued on the evening of April 8 at 8:47 p.m. Multiple residents reported excessive sound disturbances originating from your property. That stopped me cold. On April 8 at 8:47 p.m., I was on a Zoom call in my study, wearing noise-canceling headphones, not even chatting, just listening. Even my cat stayed silent. But the real kicker? The letter wasn't signed. No board member's name, no official stamp, just a photocopied HOA logo, and the words "Final Warning" in bold italics. Multiple residents was doing some serious heavy lifting for a claim with no proof. I stepped outside, scanning the cul-de-sac for any hint of this supposed noise explosion. As usual, it was so quiet I could hear sprinklers hissing 3 houses away. No dog walkers, no witnesses, just stillness. It felt absurd, like I'd stumbled into a sitcom where someone mails themselves a prank complaint. Then I spotted her, Linda, standing at the edge of her impeccably manicured lawn in yoga pants, arms crossed, lips pursed tighter than a vacuum-sealed jar. Linda wasn't her real name, but everyone called her that after she'd once tried to report a neighbor for installing a mailbox that clashed with the neighborhood VYB. Her full-time gig was sniffing out non-existent violations and spinning them into suburban scandals. Now it seemed I was her latest target. I waved. She flicked back a look that wasn't just annoyance, it was the glare of someone who thought I should know why she was mad. Linda had a gift for silent judgment. Her lawn screamed artificial perfection, and her house always carried a faint whiff of bleach and smugness. The next day, a second envelope arrived. This one hand-delivered and crammed into my mailbox so hard it bent the flap. Inside was a color printout of the HOA bylaws, Section 4.7.3 highlighted in neon yellow. Prolonged or amplified noise disturbances past 8 p.m. are prohibited and subject to fines. Scrawled across the top in blue ink, in what I now pegged as Linda's jagged handwriting, was "Consider this your official reminder, smiley face." That smiley face sealed itch wasn't just accusing me, she'd crowned herself judge and jury. Here's the thing. The envelope had no stamp, no barcode, no postmark. It looked mailed, but it wasn't. Most people might shrug that off, but not me. My uncle's the Postmaster General of the United States. I spent childhood summers sorting mail with him for fun. I can spot a fake delivery a mile away. Linda, bless her HO-obsessed heart, had staged a mail-based shakedown with forged envelopes, oblivious to the fact that she'd targeted someone who knew postal rules better than she knew power trips. A sly plan started brewing, but first I needed proof. I rigged a camera and a decorative bird feeder on my porch. The next morning, I set the bait. I pretended to power wash my driveway, no noise, just me standing there with the hose aimed at the ground. 2 hours later, another envelope arrived, this time with a $75 fine payable to the HOA via Venmo. Venmo? No legit HOA notice uses Venmo. The QR code linked to an account called Linda Hoarder 9. She wasn't just making up violations, she was pocketing cash under the guise of community dues. I screenshotted everything, recorded myself opening the envelope, and started a file labeled Linda's Best Bluffs. But I held off on striking back. Instead, I played nice while VYing cheerfully each morning, even offering her clippings from my roses. She sensed a trap but couldn't pin it down, probably thinking she bullied me into submission. Meanwhile, I mailed one of her fake envelopes to my uncle with a note requesting a mail fraud review. There's a thrill in wielding kindness like a weapon against someone braced for battle. Every time Linda saw me, her smile tightened, like a cat eyeing an VY cyber fence. Then came the neighborhood meeting. Linda raised my ongoing noise disturbances, pushing for me to be put on a probationary watch list. She passed around a clipboard with 6 pre-filled signatures, all in her telltale script, the same she used to label bake sale cookies. I stood up. Can you explain how the HOA handles mailed violations that don't go through official postal channels? She blinked. Someone coughed. I added, because my cousin at the post office found no record of these deliveries. Tampering with mail, even faking envelopes to intimidate, is a federal offense under Title 18, Section 1708. Linda's face locked up, her clipboard sagging like a soggy sandwich. The room went quiet. She'd memorized every HOA rule but clearly skipped the federal ones. I could have stopped there, but this was just the opening act. Her every fake violation was now under postal inspector's scrutiny, not for lawn heights or paint colors, but for fraud. That night, I sipped wine and reviewed the footage of her stuffing a forged letter into my mailbox gloves, strut, drop, and smug exit, all caught frame by frame like a true crime reveal. If Linda had a brake pedal, she didn't use it. Most people facing a federal crime hint would back off, maybe even apologize and retreat to their pristine lives. Not her. 2 days after the meeting, she sent a final HOA courtesy citation, claiming I'd operated a non-compliant sound-producing device. Attached was a blurry photo of me in my driveway holding a silent pressure washer. This time, she signed it, Linda Grayson, HOA Vice Chair, Acting President. I laughed. Acting President? The real president had moved to Nevada months ago, and no one replaced him. Linda had just crowned herself cul-de-sac royalty. While she built her imaginary throne, I drafted a real report: screenshots, fake fines, Venmo handles, timestamps, and her self-appointed title, delivering it to every HOA board member with a smile and a plate of cookies. She liked shortbread. I brought fudge. Within a day, the treasurer Mark texted me, "Hey, saw your report. This is nuts. We didn't approve any of this. Let's talk." Linda hadn't even looped in the board. She was a rogue cop with no badge. Better yet, her Venmo was public, a goldmine of grift. Noise fine, pet violation, unapproved lawn decor, hundreds, maybe thousands, siphoned from neighbors over months. I sent it all to the board with a note. "This is financial fraud. Suggest we freeze her role." The next day, they called an emergency session. Linda didn't know yet. That evening, she marched to my door with a laminated notice about my failure to maintain front lawn lighting per Section 3.9. I don't even have lawn lights. Me neighbor's porch light just bounces off my bushes. "Linda," I said, feigning confusion, "is this about my roses again?" She faltered. "No," she snapped. "It's your pattern of disrespect for HOA rules." "I've had complaints." "From who?" I asked. "Anonymous," she said, as if I wouldn't guess they were written in her own hand. I'd had enough. The next morning, I emailed the state's Department of Consumer Protection about her fraudulent HOA cash grabs, attaching Venmo proof and fake notices. They opened a case within 48 hours. I forwarded that to the board just before the meeting. Linda strutted in wearing an HOA polo-like armor, clutching a binder labeled Neighborhood Standards Log. Mark cleared his throat. "Linda, we've got concerns: finances, titles, fake documents, you calling yourself president." She scoffed. "If this is about the wind chimes, I already cited those." "No," he said, "it's about you breaking the law." I chimed in, setting a printout of U.S. Code Title 18, Section 1343 wire fraud in the table. "Thought you want a heads up." Her glare could have melted steel, but Mark dropped the hammer. "Security footage shows you delivering unapproved notices to 5 other homes, solo." She sputtered, "This is a witch hunt." "No," another member deadpanned, "it's accountability." That night, the board suspended her, clipboard revoked, emails blocked, title erased. Gossip flew. Then 3 days later, her lawn lit up with red and blue lights. Postal inspectors, fraud investigators, and cops executed a warrant, boxing up her laptop, printer, and envelopes while her dog yapped from the window. Neighbors grabbed lawn chairs and popcorn. One guy live-streamed it, captioning, "Linda's busted, live." An officer quipped, "I've seen cults run cleaner ops." As Linda escorted out, told him, "Are you sure you have authority?" "I still control mailbox aesthetics." He didn't flinch. "Ma'am, you don't control snail mail, let alone crimes." She wasn't arrested then, but the feds were watching. Her fake LLCs got audited, her fines turned into liabilities, and her reign collapsed, all because she picked a fight with the Postmaster General's niece. I went home, watered my roses, and ordered a mat that read, "Deliver mail, not madness." But Linda had one more surprise up her sleeve, buried deeper than any fine or Venmo scam, and it was about to drag her into a courtroom for more than HOA antics.